take some kind of action. Even if that action is symbolic, do something that lets the universe know that you're serious about manifesting and turning this inspiration into right action.
Ralph Waldo Emerson says, every act is its own reward. You take the action, what I'm saying is you get paid down line. When I started my speaking business, I knocked on 10 doors and one said yes. Then I got good and I got 2 out of 10, then 3 out of 10. Pretty soon you get 10 out of 10, and the danger is you stop taking the action. You don't knock on any more doors because you say, I'm so cool, I don't need to do it. You got to keep taking the action to keep getting the result.
But by and large, I don't know anybody for whom this level of success came without unbelievable effort.
Here's the bottom line. If you want something, you want to be a success, you got to be willing to pay the price. Pay the price of discipline or pay the price of regret.
In other words, most of us know a lot more than what we live. You already know everything you need to know to be successful. You just got to put the remote control down, scoot the bag of chips away, get off the couch, and do something.
Now that you've taken action, what's the final A in the success equation? Well, that's association. You see, just like our Beanie Baby fan, they found their passion and their talent. They took action with the right association, eBay. Because remember this, you are a direct reflection of the 5 people you surround yourself with the most, and your income will be the average of those 5 people.
Successful people learn the power of association.
If you'll associate with people who are even more successful than yourself, it will enhance everything you do.
I think the right connections are very important, but those of us who came up without the right connections can take a lot of hope from the fact that we create our own connections. So you can go meet anybody you want to meet, and the most successful people I find to be the most available.
You're known by the friends you keep. What kind of people do you associate with? What kind of thoughts do you put into your mind? If you hang around the people who are always filled with anxiety and frustration, that's what you'll experience. If you hang around winners, people who are happy and enthusiastic, happiness and enthusiasm are contagious. You'll catch them, and you will show that in the way you conduct yourself in life.
Who are you hanging around with? You want to hang around people you have respect for, not people you have influence over.
I can tell an individual where they're going by who they're hanging out with. Whenever you choose a friend, you're basically biting a chunk of your own destiny. So the idea is, if you begin to know where you're going, look around and begin to associate with people who are walking in that direction.
Most important that you do surround yourself with the best, because that way you get the best people and the best result.
I'd rather be a member of an all-star team than be a solo star.
If you're doing something by yourself, you ain't doing nothing, honey. You have to have a team.
But it's not a me thing, it's a we thing. Pass it on and share it with everybody.
One last word on association. What's the use of having all these great people together if you don't put it to work? We suggest a mastermind group. What's that? Well, that's when you get 5 like-minded people together and you compare thoughts, ideas, strengths, and goals. You know what they call it when you get 5 people together that think negative thoughts? We call that a landmine group.
You are the same today you'll be in 5 years except for 2 things: the people you meet and the books you read. Hang around thinkers, you'll be a better thinker. Hang around workers, you'll be a better worker. Hang around givers, you'll be a better giver. Hang around a bunch of thumb-sucking, complaining, griping boneheads, and you will be a better thumb-sucking, complaining, griping bonehead.
In other words, your income in the next 5 years will be the average of your 5 closest friends. Do this. Grab a pen and a paper. Write down your 5 closest friends. Write down what you think they make. Total it up and average it out. You may find, like I did, I needed some new friends.
If we're in a situation where we've just learned something, we've been to a class, we've just accelerated, we've just brought something new into our life, we take it back to the people that we're with. What can happen is they may try to pull you back. You may take new action, have new strategies, they may try to pull you back. Not because they don't love you, because they don't want to lose you.
Find the 5 most successful people you know, call them up, ask them to spend some time together. Make that call. The reason most people fail is they don't make that call. If you want true success, surround yourself with champions. Every day it'll make a difference by spending the time with the people that know where you want to go, and if they care, you'll know.
You weren't born knowing everything. If you want to get there fast, use a mastermind.
Successful people think big. They're always focusing on the what if. How are we going to make it happen? They're focusing on the dream. When you surround yourself with successful people, you'll start thinking big. And then, the sky's the limit.
One simple reason, and there are many, but one simple one: happy people attract people into their lives. Unhappy people do not.
Exponentially increase your thoughts and your energy. That's the power of a mastermind group.
When you want to grow, when you want to develop, when you want more, the key is to get around the people that are doing the things that you want to do. You want to be in shape, you got to be around the people that are working out, that are in shape. You want to make more money, go with people that are making more money. Go with people that are getting the outcome that you want. That too will help you get it. It'll raise your standards as well.
That could be the single best example of taking a complex concept and translating it into a simple, easy-to-use equation. I can't tell you how many times I've referenced that with my clients. Greg, could you illuminate that formula with one more application?
Yes, let me tell you a story about Lee. In fact, he's a young man I mentor, again, in my hometown of San Diego. A great young guy, 23 years old. You see, he was an electrical engineer, and he just wasn't very happy with his job. I started meeting with him once a month and said, what is it you really want to do with your life? Because I could see he had something called golden handcuffs. Golden handcuffs is where he made too much money, he couldn't afford to leave, so he was trapped to his desk. I says, well, what would you really like to do? He goes, I just don't know. So we did the success equation. And at the end of the day, on his passion side, it said art. He goes, gosh, art is my favorite thing. On his talent was engineering. Heck, that's what he went to school for, and he was pretty good at it. I said, Lee, how could you take action with the right people and do something with that? He says, well, I created something called a Tranquil. And I go, what? And he goes, a Tranquil. It's an indoor waterfall that as soon as you walk into a residence, you see it come trickling down the sides of the wall. It has beautiful sound and music to it. He goes, it's an inspiration for all that see. And I went, wow, well, let's go make them. He says, I can't. Golden handcuffs. About 2 months go by. We meet again. I remember the look on his face as he sat down. I said, what's wrong? And he goes, I got laid off. I looked at him. I said, excellent. This is great. Dude, don't you understand? This could be your ticket to freedom. What are you talking about? Well, this is the whole thing we're talking before, about the success equation. Combining your passion with your talent, taking action. I mean, this right here, that could be your ticket to freedom. And he said, okay, I'll give it a shot. 6 months. Don't you know it? 3 months goes by, and ABC gets a hold of him. You know that show Extreme Home Makeover where they tear down a house and they remodel it? Well, they feature his Tranquils throughout the episodes. In fact, 4 of the best of episodes, as a matter of fact. And now, he puts them all around the restaurants and homes in our neighborhood. The guy's making an incredible income because he did just that. He applied his passion with his talent. He took action with the right association. And that is the success equation.
So here we are. We've spun the combinations, we've relaxed the locks and opened the vault doors in all of the areas: wealth, inspiration, and success. But there's one more. Just why do people strive for these areas? Well, it always seems to come down to one thing: happiness. Let's open it up, Scott.
Welcome to the Vault of Happiness. Now, the big question seems to be, is there really a roadmap or a blueprint to living a happy, fulfilled life? Well, fortunately, the answer is yes. And it all starts with gratitude. Unfortunately, we seem to get caught up in the one size. Oh, I'll be grateful and live a grateful life once I get a new job, once I find a new relationship, once I get a raise. But the truth is, once we're grateful not just for what we have in our lives, but who we have in our lives, the journey begins.